Welcome to me, Ka'amcha Yisrael. The pasuk in Shelach Lecha reads, V'ya'alu, they went up, V'yaturu et ha'aretz, and they scouted the land. Rashi elucidates that Kalev, one of the 12 Meragalim, went there alone. He prostrated himself in tefillah at the graves of the patriarchs. Am Yisrael has a rich heritage of praying at the graves of our forefathers, our Rabbanim, and our family members. And as a nation, we travel the world pouring out our hearts to Kuchu B'richu in the merit of those who have walked before us. There are even times when our feet take us unconsciously to the very graves that will aid us the most, as illustrated in this incredibly captivating story. During the terrible years of the Cantonists, young Jewish children were required to serve extended terms in the Russian army. They were torn from their families and they were brought to faraway garrison schools where they were indoctrinated with abuse and coercion into the Russian army. A life-saving Jewish network was formed to transport these children that were in imminent danger across the border and into Poland away from the Russian spies. One of the leaders of the network was a brave young man named Levi Cohen. He single-handedly transported many children hidden in his carriage past the unknowing border guards. Eventually, one of the guards became suspicious and reported his concerns to his superiors. An ambush was set to catch Levi in action and of course arrest him. On his next attempt at the border, he could feel something was amiss. As soon as he reached the crossing and saw the border patrol descending upon him, he quickly jumped out of his wagon, urging the children to run for their lives. He led as many as he could to safety, but when he realized and saw the hordes of soldiers coming hard after him, he took off in the opposite direction to allow the kids to get away. Running with every ounce of strength he possessed, he actually made it into the edge of the nearby woods where dense foliage provided him a measure of cover and security. He found a hollow, and next to a large stone, it was overgrown with weeds. He dropped behind it, hidden behind the undergrowth. Huddled and shivering, he began praying in earnest that Borei Olam protect him from this incredible danger. The soldiers, bayonets poised on the tips of their rifles, fanned out in a search, poking and prodding the underbrush with deadly thrusts, hoping to spear their prey and kill him. After some time with no luck in their search, the guards gave up in futility. Their man had escaped. As the shouts and the screams of the guards slowly waned, Levi lifted his head above the foliage, his heart pounding in fear. When the danger passed and he emerged from his hiding place, he stood up, brushed away the foliage, and realized there were many tall stones all around him, as they were the tombstones in this overgrown Jewish cemetery. As he read the engraved epitaph on the stone behind him, his eyes widened in astonishment, his heart overflowing with emotion. It was the tombstone of his very own mother, who had passed away when he was just a toddler. She had sheltered him and protected him from the soldiers. A Jewish mother in life and in death is always looking after her children and safeguarding them from harm. Eventually, the Cohen Mishpacha made their way to the American shores, bringing their tale of bravery and miracles with them, settling on the Lower East Side. And so as we reminisce today here in Yerushalayim, Ir HaKodesh, we remember the bravery and selflessness of Levi Cohen and the unwavering protection of our ancestors. We honor their legacy by tapping into the same strength and resilience that they showed in their face of adversity. Ladies and gentlemen, we stand tall on the shoulders of giants, their legacy a boundless superpower that pulses through our very being. It's the soft whispers of hope in the darkest hours and the unyielding courage in the face of adversity. As my good friend Rabbi Ephraim Shapiro was wont to say, everyone you know is going through something which you know nothing about. Nonetheless, we are the proud descendants of visionaries, of trailblazers, of champions, and of resilient heroes. And when we tap into this inherited strength, we become an unstoppable force. Let us pay tribute to our ancestors, not just with our words, but with our deeds. We are the living embodiment of their legacy, the manifestation of their dreams. We are descendants of giants. That's the greatest superpower of all. Mika Amcha Yisrael. Shabbat Shalom Umevorach.